Welcome to Wrestling Talk in the Shop, where we cover all things professional wrestling, from new wrestling to classic wrestling and everything in between. We go to wrestling, we do some wrestling, and everything in the ring. Join us now for Wrestling Talk in the Shop.
Hey guys, it's Jonathan from Wrestling Talk in the Shop, and we are in Central Florida at the National Cemetery. And today we are going to visit the grave of one of the wrestling's titan from the wrestling's past, BlackJack Mulligan. And follow me, and we'll go this way. Right here it is, Robert Deroy. Oh, hang on, camera. Had a camera mishap there. Robert Deroy Windham, U.S. Marine Corps.
And Robert was born in Sweetwater, Texas in 1942. He passed away at the age of 73 in Tampa, Florida. And he has 3 children, including Barry Windham, Kendall Windham, who you might know. He's also, his son-in-law is Mike Rotunda, who's Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas's father. So he's actually Bray Wyatt's maternal grandfather. So he was 6'6" and 300 pounds, and he was trained by the great Vern Gagne. He, you know, most of these wrestlers all started out playing football, and he did also. And at the urge of Wahoo McDaniel, Windham trained with Joe Blanchard in Corpus Christi, and later with Vern Gagne, and started out in the AWA. He was billed as being 6'9" and over 300 pounds, and he's pretty much always been the cowboy. That's been his he
had a black big mustache, handlebar mustache, cowboy hat, and leather vest. He was, everybody talks about how tough he was. He was just a rough and tough cowboy.
Big guy. And anyway, he did wrestle in Japan for the International Wrestling Enterprise. And then he also he joined the WWF, and he was transformed into BlackJack Mulligan, where he likes the black trunks, black hat, black fingerless gloves, a mustache, and his submission hold was the Iron Claw. And he was managed by the Grand Wizard when he arrived in the WWF, and he went on to great success in the Northeast. He was an early challenger to Pedro Morales.
Bruno Sammartino too. He also wrestled Bruno Sammartino in Madison Square Garden.
And they said his push with Pedro was interrupted because he got stabbed by a fan at the Boston Garden and required 100 stitches to close the wound.
Back in the day, them wrestling fans was rough.
They were serious, especially if you're a heel. And Gorilla Monsoon is the one who caught the culprit. So anyway. But before he left is when he participated in his match against Bruno Sammartino for recovery. So anyway, once he healed, Mulligan returned to the Midwest and tagged with BlackJack Lanza and to form the BlackJacks, even though Mulligan was the bigger star. And then they did capture many tag teams with the WWF throughout like 1975. He also battled Andre the Giant quite frequently throughout the 80s. When they brought their feud to the WWF in 1982, Windham was noted as saying that Andre had no limit to strength. So, Mulligan then wrestled in Florida. He often teamed with West Texas stars Dusty Rhodes, Dick Murdoch, and his son Barry Windham. He returned to the WWF as a full-time performer in 1984. Hosting an interview segment titled BlackJack's Barbecue on WWF All-Star Wrestling, which was like the counterpart to Roddy Piper's Piper's Pit. So, and in 1986, he did wrestle under the mask as a Big Machine, as part of a team with Andre the Giant, and then Super Machine Billy Eddy. Yeah, he was the Machines.
He was known for one half of Demolition,
and they won lots of matches against the Heenan family, and so let's see. And then Mulligan did return to Florida in 1987 to fight against the Funk Brothers, teaming with Kevin Sullivan. And Mulligan returned for his last match on May 23rd, 1993 at WCW's Slamboree.
He was also inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2006, him and his tag team partner, the BlackJacks, Jack Lanza, were inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2006
by Bobby Heenan.
And
So, and then in his personal life, he did go through a lot of things. He and his son were arrested for counterfeiting money. So they found close to $500,000 in phony $20 bills. And so him and his son took a plea agreement and spent 24 months in federal prison and were released in 1992. And then he published a book about his life called True Lies and Alibis, where he wrote his personal story and about his professional career. And then in 2012, Windham, being a born-again Christian, became an ordained minister.
So he turned his life around. I mean, that's always
and then
good.
It said he spent the rest of his life trying to lead others to the Lord. So, and then
he's also the paternal grandpa. Is that right? Paternal?
Yes.
Paternal grandfather of Bray White and Bo Dallas. Did we already mention that?
Yeah, and then he passed away from a heart attack in 2015. So, and then he was buried here. So.
All right, guys, and
but he had a long time in wrestling.
A lot of championships.
Lots of championships. It'd be hard to name.
He's one of those guys that, you know, seemed like back in the day, every pro wrestler from Texas went to West Texas State University. But there you have it, the grave of BlackJack Mulligan. And I'll show you. This is a very beautiful cemetery. If you're ever here and you want to visit it, I mean, it's very
beautiful.
It's one thing the government does. They do a good job with these national cemeteries.
Let me fix it.
Yeah, fix that. But there you have it from Central Florida. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification.